via YouTube streaming and via Skype. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming. Sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, moving from letters to sounds, moving from letters to subtle feelings, and then in the sutra Shiva tells Devi, imagine the Sanskrit letters in these honey-filled focus of awareness. First as letters, then more subtly as sounds, then as most subtle feelings, then leaving them aside, be free. Sanskrit is a mathematical language. That is why it is used as binary language for computers. Very mathematical, precise. So it is like words are composed in a particular meter. This I have not heard in other languages. Rhyme and rhythm I know in the sonnets of Shakespeare. The 14 lines rhyming in a particular sequence, but how many letters need to be in a particular line, that meter system I have not heard in English language. In Sanskrit it does exist. When Nanak was speaking the message of Japji Sahib, the essence of Nanak, it was not that he has written it. Just let my friend finish his talk. Nanak had two disciples, Bala and Mardana. One was Hindu, the other was Muslim. Whenever anyone will come and ask the questions, Nanak will tell Bala and Mardana to start the music, and he will start the message. In Japji Sahib there are 38 different sutras known as Pauri. Each one of these is written in a different meter, is spoken in a different meter, is sung in a different meter, because the question when a master is responding to someone, it is working on the energy field of that person, and the question works out on a particular energy field. So the response has to be accordingly different. When you ask different questions, the response differs, the language, the words, the message is different. So all these were sung in different meters, in different musical compositions. So when you are listening to focusing on the letters of a Sanskrit composition, I have given you the example how the origin of Ramayana came into existence. Nearby where Valmiki's retreat or ashram was in the forest flew river Tamsa. Every morning Valmiki will go to take a bath in the river Tamsa. So he will reach there by sunrise. As he was standing in the river facing towards the sun, offering his gratitude to the sun, he observed a hunter who was hiding in the bushes. He shot an arrow. The arrow hit the male bird. The male and female were in the act of love making, the subtle act. Valmiki was filled with remorse, compassion for the bird. The male bird died, and the female bird, out of agony, out of pain, gave her life. At this, Valmiki was filled with compassion, remorse, and he took the river water into his palms and put a curse on the hunter. That time the words emerged out of him. These words are the expression of compassion when you saw the two birds in a state of love making and the arrow killed the male bird. The agony of the female bird for the male counterpart created the feeling of pity and compassion in the heart of Valmiki. And that time the words emerged out of him. Ma nishad pratishtham tum agama shashwati sama yat kraunchu mithunadekam avadhihi kama mohitam. O hunter, what is thy dignity that you shot an arrow at the innocent bird and killed the male, and out of agony the female gave her life also. Then, as usual, Valmiki took a dip in the river and completed his bath. When he came out of the river as was moving towards his ashram, he introspected and he felt that although the bird was in agony and died, he should not be so harsh on the hunter and put a curse on him. But at the same time, this particular sutra echoed, he was hearing the echo in the universe. He came to the retreat and told his disciples that this is what happened, and he got angry out of compassion and he put a curse on the hunter. Same time the divine wanderer, the messenger, Narad came and he spoke to Valmiki that his creator has chosen him to write the life of Ram, the Hindu god incarnate. And he explained to him meditatively the entire life of Ram. And that particular meter, which is Anushtap meter, was chosen as the basis, because this is a very, if something which is spoken, what is a meter? When something is spoken and the message is of that agony and compassion, it becomes a particular, the words are arranged in a particular sequence. It is known as meter. Words are arranged in a particular sequence, knowingly or unknowingly, it is known as a meter. If it is out of the meter is the basis of forming the rag. If it is not, it cannot be composed musically. A prosaic expression cannot be put musically. So it became, and there are 32 Matra means measures, divided into 4, 8 each. Ma nishad pratishtham tum. When you count it, it is 8. That is arrangement of vowels and consonant. Aguma shashwati sama. This is the first 2 lines separated by a comma or a hyphen or mark of exclamation. Ma nishad pratishtham tum. Agumah shashwati sama. The second Agumah shashwati sama. Yat kraunch mithunadekam. The third. Avadhi kam mohitam. The last, 4th one of 8 counts. Meter means count. It is the vowel counts. So this is so when a particular Sanskrit composition is done, it is out of awareness. Maybe you are aware of it, maybe you are not. When an enlightened one speaks, he is aware of every single word that flows out of him. The words are arranged. They get arranged in a particular sequence because of that awareness. When you are in the focus of awareness, imagine the Sanskrit letters, because you are hearing the letters, not the sounds, not the feelings that are there, because I am speaking in response to a question that someone wanted me to speak on the sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. The person has disappeared. Occasionally he may come, but it gave me an opportunity to speak, to overflow the sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, the oldest treatise of meditation. So words are sounds. First, when you look at the child, the sound comes. Out of the sounds, slowly and slowly, words starts forming meaningless, but the mother understands the feeling of the child. When a child says la 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 or something, any other sound, mother understands what does the child want, because words follow the sounds. Sound follows the feelings. Mother knows either the diaper is wet, or the child is hungry, or the child is sleepy, or child is in pain. She immediately understands this. So words are sounds, and I have told words are sounds, and thoughts are words in sequence. Words are in sequence, in logical sequence, in a particular pattern. Basic is the sound. With sound, words are created. With words, thoughts are created. And then with thoughts, religion, philosophy, and all these things are created. Basic behind everything is the sound. So Shiva says, Devi, imagine the Sanskrit letters in these honeyed filled focus of awareness, first as letters, more subtly as sounds, and most subtle as feelings. First a feeling arises, out of the feeling sounds, out of the sound words comes in, out of the words. Now in this sequence of Valmiki, a feeling arose in him, feeling of compassion, and out of that the sound, the words came, the entire scripture was born in such a compassionate manner. When you listen to the sutras, you are carried to a different state of awareness, as if you are visualizing the everything live on the screen. That is why when the Ramayana serial was made, it filled people with emotions. The characters were depicting, they were narrating, chanting the sutras and the words in a particular way. Shakespeare's sonnet on love, admit impediment, love is not love. That alters with or when alterations it finds. I do not recall the whole. So when a particular author is trying to create a certain feelings in individual, he uses the words, their arrangements and everything. Man lives in philosophies. One is conditioned in Hindu philosophy, the other is in Christian philosophy, next one is in Islamic philosophy. We live in philosophies, system of thoughts, and they have become so important that one can die for them. Man can die for words, for mere words. Someone calls his conception of absolute. If someone calls his conception of absolute a lie, or someone calls Ram or Christ or something else a lie, then a fight erupts in the name of jihad. For a mere word one can kill one another. That is why the religious wars had happened in the past. Words have become so important, but this is nonsense. We have forgotten the feelings, but this is history, and this is how we have been living and behaving with one another. A single word can create a disturbance, and in you that you are ready to kill or die for it. We live in philosophies, thoughts, but what are philosophies? The words arranged in logically, systematically in a particular pattern. And what are thoughts? The smaller unit of a thought is a word. Words arranged in a system, meaningful. And what are words? Words are sounds upon which we agree, as I have told you earlier on. Chair is a word. It creates a particular feeling in us. And the moment the word chair is arranged, chair is spoken, everybody understands a place to sit down. Its shape, its design may differ. Sound is just a sound, and the meaning is given to us, agreed upon by the society. Otherwise it has no meaning. The meaning of that particular word chair was invented by us, projected by us. Otherwise, chair is simply a sound, just as Ram, Jesus, Muhammad is a sound, it is meaningless. Mohammedans have given a meaning to the word Muhammad. Christians have given a meaning to the word Christ or Jesus. Hindus have given meaning to the word Ram, and Krishna, who is Ram, incarnation of Vishnu. Krishna, incarnation of Vishnu, Hindu God. And then the entire philosophy is built around this. If you disrespect, fight erupts. Then these words become very significant. Then we make a philosophy around it. Then you can do something, anything for it. You can die for it, you can live for it. If someone insults this sound, Ram or Jesus or Muhammad, you become furious. And what is this? Just an arrangement, a legal arrangement of that legal agreement that this particular word means this. The word Ram means a Hindu god, incarnation of Vishnu. No word means anything in itself. It is simply a sound. We do not build the philosophies around the sound of the babies. The sutra says to go in the reverse order. The outgoing means sound, words, sounds, letters, words, thoughts, philosophies. You are going inward. The journey is inward from outside to inside. philosophies, thoughts, words, sounds, feelings. Going in the reverse direction in the backward, come to the sound. Then more basically, basic sound, then the feeling hidden behind it. The sound of this particular sutra had a feeling behind it. Without a feeling, nothing happened. Cries are of a different types. When you are having pain within, a physical pain, then cry is of a different kind. When there is an emotional disturbance or pain, the cry is of a different kind. So on and so forth. Your sound is directly related to the inner feeling. If you are using crying as a technique, then it is of a different nature. This has to be understood. Man uses words. Words mean sounds with meanings that are agreed upon. Animals, birds, babies, they use sounds without any linguistic meaning to it. When child says cha 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 la la la, simple syllables he uses, no meaning is given to that. They do not have any language. They use sounds with feelings. And when the female bird gives a call to her male for a sexual interaction, the male bird understands it. It raises its feathers, and that is the dance of ecstasy. That is the dance that you see when a peacock dancing at the sound of peehin during the rainy season. We admire the dance. A bird is singing, it has a feeling, meaning in it. It is indicating something. It may be a call for the partner, for the beloved, or it may be a call for the mother, or the child may be feeling hungry but showing his distress. All these things indicate feelings. Above the sound there are words, thoughts, philosophies, and below the sound are the feelings. We'll continue on this in tomorrow's session. Until then, take care and do have a pleasant day.